Hi, and thank you for joining me today on this brief video about convenience fees. On the screen is an outline of all the different things that we will cover in this video. The purpose of this video is for you to hopefully get a better understanding of convenience fees overall and how they relate to the BridgePay software and what the BridgePay software is trying to do in the calculation of convenience fees and what it means for you from an understanding perspective. So without further ado, let's get into it. A convenience fee is basically a protection layer between the final price of an item and what we want to make in terms of what gets deposited into our bank account. So in this example, the end user will be charged $21.12 because when the credit card transaction fees are applied, it will ensure that $20 even is what's going to be deposited into the bank account each and every time. The credit card processor, or aggregator as it's called in the industry, that we chose to partner with is Stripe. Stripe is valued at $20 billion as a company. They've been around since 2011. They sit on the PCI advisory board, so they are definitely best of breed in the credit card industry. Some of the companies that have worked and used Stripe are depicted on the screen, and they hold themselves to the highest level of security, which is important to us. So the way the credit card transactions are handled is in the most secure manner, and it's basically a peace of mind not only for us as a company but for the schools or businesses that use our software. The credit card transaction fees as it relates to a charge are the following. Stripe's transaction fee is 2.9% plus 30 cents for their calculation. And this is pretty common across the credit card landscape. Companies like PayPal and others have the exact same calculations. Our transaction fee is 1%, and that 1% is basically used to or for the school to pay for the software and our services on an ongoing basis. So what we do is we fuse Stripe's transaction fee with our transaction fee to get a total transaction fee of 3.9% plus 30 cents. This is a very standard practice among credit card transaction charges. In fact, Stripe even has on their website a section dedicated to how to calculate the transaction fee or the convenience fee. And this is public knowledge. They have the blueprint. They show you how to implement and calculate the convenience fee. So there's really nothing unorthodox about this practice. There's a lot of literature in terms of what the law states around convenience fees. And this is public data and can be found on the internet pretty easily. What's very interesting about convenience fees as it relates to educational institutions in particular is that these organizations are allowed to charge convenience fees online and in person very freely without any restrictions. We need to reframe how we think about transaction fees and convenience fees. A transaction fee is handled the way a car goes through a toll. It is the same mechanics. So the total number, which represents the net amount plus the convenience fee, is the number that needs to be charged, the toll fee of 3.9% plus 30 cents. And it will make more sense when we go through our example. So this is the technical explanation for what is happening with a convenience fee and the workflow. The first formula is what somebody probably intuitively thinks the convenience fee or how the convenience fee should work, which is simply saying we're just going to add the 3.9% plus 30 cents to the $20 in our example, because that's what we want to make, right? We want to make the $20. That's what we want deposited into our bank at the end of the day. So using that calculation, we get a convenience fee of $1.08. So we just add the convenience fee of $1.08, and our final number is going to be $21.08. Okay. The problem is that when we go through the toll, when Stripe charges the credit card of 3.9% plus 30 cents, the net amount, instead of being $20, it's actually $19.96. Therefore, there's a 4-cent difference. So instead of collecting the $20 even that we wanted in terms of what got deposited into the bank, we did not receive the 20, we received $19.96. This is a very clear example of how a convenience fee breaks down if the appropriate logic is not applied for the protection, the convenience fee. So the way the BridgePay software protects the educational institution or business is by applying the formula in green, which is X plus 30 cents over 0.961. Now, there's a elegant formula or explanation as to why this is, but for this example, it's not important. It's just basically the representation of the math that goes into it and why it gets calculated the way it does. So as you can see in green, if by using that formula, y is basically what the final number needs to be. In this example, applying that formula, the convenience fee is $1.12. The total number that the customer is going to be charged is $21.12. Now, when the credit card goes through the toll, the 3.9% plus 30 cents is applied or go against the $21.12, and the net amount now is correct. Now we're going to make what we wanted initially, which is the $20. There's no difference. This is the true example or the correct way of doing it in terms of why or what the convenience fee is trying to do or serve. And as you can see, this connects the dots to the Stripe example that you're seeing on the screen and their calculation, and that's why it's different than the way you probably initially think about it. So I hope this sheds some light as to what a convenience fee is and why we have to calculate it the way we do. And the reason why is because the math needs to work out this way. This is the only way to do it, because when percentages are at play, the math changes, and you have to think about this as a final number going through a toll and not starting at the beginning and doing the math on the beginning number. You have to think about what that end number is going to be so that when it goes through the toll, you make the number or the amount that you initially wanted to make in terms of what goes to your bank. So I would just like to demonstrate what the life cycle of an item is on the store, taking it from when the school operator or the store operator uploads an item all the way to the checkout, covering the topics that we've already discussed. So this is the item. I'm about to upload an item, and this is the price or the net price that we're working with in our example that we want to make in terms of how much we want deposited into the bank. And what's nice here is that once you hit add to the store, the system kicks in and does all the calculations that we already discussed to ensure that, again, we make those $20 and the convenience fee is automatically calculated based on the input price that you provide. So I'm just going to hit add to store, and that publishes the item to the store. This is the item that we just published. This is what it looks like to the end user on the store. And the soccer t-shirt is our example. It's $20. And if the user wants to see this item, they click on view item. And here are a little bit more details with respect to the product, like the sizes, the quantity. There's other things that can be presented at this time. And then if the user is ready to purchase the product, they can click on this add to cart button, and this adds the item to the shopping cart. If I click on this shopping cart button, this takes the user to the checkout page. And one of the very important things to note here is how the transaction or the charge is broken out by each component. So you can see that the net price is $20 for this item, the convenience fee is $1.12, and the total amount is the $21.12. Again, this is really demonstrating the transparency of the transaction. And the $21.12 is going to be the total amount that is going to pass or go through that Stripe toll that we keep talking about. At the bottom of the checkout page, there is a refund disclaimer that tells the user that the transaction fee is non-refundable. This is a Stripe policy that was made in 2017. And there's also website terms of use literature that the user has the opportunity to read, and it's just talking about the concepts that we've already gone over in this video. If the user clicks on the make purchase button, they are agreeing to those terms or concepts, and the total amount or that total number then goes through that toll, that Stripe toll, and is charged the 3.9% plus 30 cents. So that's it. I hope that this video provided you with more insight as to how transaction fees are handled with respect to BridgePay and how convenience fees play an important factor in protection if your school or business uses them. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to us and have a great day.